it's Leslie Meredith with Breakbulk Events and Media, and I'm here in the studio in Houston, and I am joined by the CEO and the CTO of E2Log. They have just finished doing a demo in our Tech and Innovation Hub, and they're here to tell us about that. So this should be very interesting. I'm told that this is the creator, the idea man, and this is the guy, is the implementer who builds it all. So we've got both sides. We'll see how this goes. So first of all, Adolph, tell us about the concept.
So today the industry struggles with a single problem, and that is the ability to have a single platform which allows for a transaction to be taken end to end. So essentially the industry does not have an integrator. So what has E2Log done is we've built a layer of technology that sits across all the verticals, which allows for the entire process associated with the movement of oversized cargo or project cargo to be managed through a single platform end to end. So the entire thing has been digitized.
Wow. So does this apply to a variety of companies across an amount of time, a particular job? So you're not just working with the one entity.
Absolutely right. So this is a platform or a marketplace similar to, say, what you see with travel. So think of an Expedia. Expedia sits in between the transaction. On one side, you have travelers, and the other side, you have travel service providers, say the airlines, the hotel owners, the rental car companies, etc. So E2Log is like the Expedia. The cargo owners are on one side. They put their requirements into the platform, and the logistics providers are the equivalent of the travel service providers, and they put in their pricing for their services, and as the services are being executed, all of that information is collated in that single platform.
Okay, so there was your idea. How did you bring it to fruition?
Right, so a few different things had to be done. Number one is it's a concept which does not exist in our space. So it literally required whiteboarding the entire thing. There is no technology which has been built to solve this. And then I had to bring together a technology team to do it. So the way I approached it is initially, it was self-funded, literally with my own funds, reached out to a company, a third party, to help me get started, just so that we could put a product together. Because one of the challenges today is that people have a lot of fancy ideas, but they're not able to convert it to a product. So rather than talk about something that sounded utopian, I wanted to take the concept, build a minimal viable product, show it to people that this is real before we take it forward. So I did that initial foundation work, got the tech company to help me. But once we got past the MVP stage, where people started recognizing, hey, this is real and this can be done, that's when I brought a magician like Mark to come in. And
Mark the magician. Okay. But you did it in a somewhat novel way. Now, Mark, did you know anything about logistics?
Nothing whatsoever. So my background is banking and oil and gas technology, but nothing in the logistics space.
Okay. And nothing about moving heavy, oversized cargo?
No, I had a little bit of an understanding of what it's like to move small cargo just from personal stuff, as well as coming from oil and gas. I could visualize it, but no experience whatsoever moving cargo at all.
Okay. Now, did you have direct contact? Did you have communication with these people that were in the industry that he brought in?
Well, I think that's really what we've kind of joined together. So not having any of this, I can't build a system without that expertise, right? So Adolph and the other folks on our team have a wealth of knowledge that my team that I've been able to kind of bring in and build has been drawing from in order to build the system to solve their problems.
When you were getting this industry information, and once you'd kind of digested it, did you question it? Did you wonder why people did things a certain way?
From the very beginning, I couldn't actually believe that there wasn't a solution to this problem before I even joined E2Log. I wasn't convinced that it was there. And then I researched it and found, in fact, this is a novel white space nobody's touched. And to me, coming in, I'm unencumbered by the history of logistics, so I ask a lot of seemingly dumb questions, but that leads to a lot of novel answers and novel ways of doing things that have just become habit in the industry, but technology's advanced so far beyond the history of the last, decades of logistics technology that it was just open for a lot of new innovations to come in.
So, how long did it take you to get this all together, from concept to build out a viable product? How long did that take?
So I divide that into 3 phases. So the first phase was when I had a concept converted to a minimal viable product. It took about 9 to 10 months to get that. We then moved to a stage wherein we actually started getting people to test the product in a controlled environment like a sandbox. So just literally friends within the industry come in and start playing with the application, see if it makes sense. And then we moved to the third phase when Mark and team came in, wherein they actually took it from a minimal viable product to a real product, which is industry grade, which can be used for real transactions. So that entire journey has been almost close to 2 years now.
Well, that's not really very long. That's very impressive. So, Mark, tell me, what is it like to be here and be presenting this product to a group that represents all aspects of the supply chain?
Well, I think it's really interesting to see how many people are actually here and interested in seeing what's going on in the industry. I think what we've discovered is it's still an industry wherein there's large pockets of resistance to change, and a lot of people are doing things the way that they've always done it. So to have this sort of opportunity to get up there, tell our story, but also challenge people to think differently is really an awesome opportunity for us.
Well, that's great. Well, I'm so glad that you could introduce your product to our people here, and I certainly hope that we'll have many opportunities to do this again.
Thank you, Leslie. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you.